Centennial clearance, Warrior 39er X-ray, IFR to Greeley, ready to copy.
Warrior 39er X-ray, Centennial clearance. Excuse me, you're clear to the Greeley Airport via the Denver 6 departure. Radar vectors to the Falcon VOR that is filed. Maintain 8,000. Expect 9,000 10 minutes after departure. Denver departure frequency 132.75 and squawk 5147.
That is clear to Greeley by the Denver 6, then Falcon expect 8,000, then 9,000 after departure. 132.75 and squawk 5147 for 3939 X-ray.
Sure, that's correct. Appreciate it.
When you read it back, you did good. He accepted it. Just so there's no confusion, read back Denver 6 vectors to Falcon rather than Denver 6 Falcon. So Denver 6 radar vectors to Falcon, then as filed is the big thing. We're not ending at Falcon. And then yeah, 8,000, expect 9,000 10 minutes after departure. Read the 10 minutes after departure part back. Other than that, really nice job. 3275 and 5147. So we'll set 5147 in the transponder right now. So he said Denver 6 Falcon.
Centennial ground.
Then as filed. So you filed what exactly?
Falcon to Victor 160 to Whitney to Victor 611 to WAFD.
Okay, so we'll put that in.
And that's where our DME arc starts.
Okay. So yeah, try not to plan the approach. We can, in this instance, since we're going to do it no matter what the weather is. But, of course, you get there, you may not be using the 3-4 approach. Okay, cool. Okay, so 116.3, then we're going from Falcon. If we get direct Falcon, the 038 degree radial out to Whitney. Okay, now you can set that. We'll go VOR. You can set that in the GPS, your call. Why don't we brief the departure for sure, though, and have that departure plate up at all times during the departure so that in case we go lost comms, we know what to do. Well, you need first that, for that telling you the takeoff minima. So it's standard if we take 1035 left, 35 right. If we take the 17s, it's something else, and I believe we are using the 35s. So 200 feet per nautical mile on 35s. Now if we look and we scroll across to the textual version, which we have to have in order to accept the departure, take off all runways. So we're going to fly the assigned heading and altitude for radar vectors to the assigned route. Expect the final altitude 10 minutes after departure. If we take one runway 10, we're going to climb to a heading of 100 to 6600 before turning right. Lost comms. If no transmissions are received within 1 minute after departure, we're going to maintain our heading until we hit 7,000 feet. Then we're going to climb to our filed altitude, direct Denver VOR, then to our assigned route. I believe we are briefed, and we are ready to go if you are.
Centennial ground, Warrior 39er X-ray, ready to taxi IFR.
Warrior 39er X-ray, Centennial ground, verify information, Lima in safe position.
We are at Charlie 1 and we do have Lima, thanks, 39er X-ray.
Archer 39er X-ray, runway 35 right to taxi via Alpha.
35 right via Alpha, 39er X-ray.
Turkey 39er X-ray, Centennial Tower, runway 35 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 35 right, 39er X-ray.
Cool. Clear both sides. Here come your strobes.
Thank you. Fuel pump on.
Yep. Lost comms is Denver VOR, which is 117.9. Okay, so just in case you go lost comms.
35 right, clear for takeoff in 330 at 5.
Clear takeoff and hold runway heading 39er X-ray.
Okay, so always bug that runway heading. Or whichever heading they give you. Everything's in there.
Cessna 68 Bravo, wind 3405, runway 28.
Airspeed's alive.
Clear to land 28, Cessna 68 Bravo.
Yep.
Thanks.
Alright, you want to put your hood on? I got it. Fire airplane. Control. Okay, positive climb. We'll set 2500. Throttle's full.
Alright.
Okay, your airplane runway heading. Currently going up to 8,000.
Runway heading to 8,000.
Excellent, to Lima Victor. For traffic, I would appreciate an early left crosswind.
Early left crosswind for 2 Lima Victor.
Cessna 5 Yankee Sierra, cross runway 35 right, and Canada ground plane.
Cross 35 right, 5 Big East Sierra, and contact ground.
You see the iJet here?
No correction, Cherokee 39 X-ray, travel heading 320.
Left heading 320, 39 X-ray.
Cherokee 39 X-ray, contact Denver departure.
Over to Denver departure, 39 X-ray. Denver departure, Warrior 39er X-ray with you at 6,500. Warrior 39er X-ray, Denver departure, radar contact, altimeter Denver 3013. 3013, thanks 39er X-ray. Hangar 50,
Hey, he didn't get on you for it, but I will. Say 6,600 or whatever for 8,000.
Okay.
So he knows that you kind of, everyone's on the same page, you know. Someone didn't drop the ball before him and he needs to tell you that you're going up.
Right.
Cherokee 39 X-ray, VFR traffic, 1 to 2 o'clock, a mile and a half westbound, 6,800, type unknown. Traffic inside 39 X-ray.
So, might as well start briefing a little bit. We are going to be, at some point, going to WAVD. Now, WAVD is identified...
142.
Yeah, exactly.
Skywa 6456.
Now, you have two options.
Center,
You can set it in here.
I think I'll put it in here.
Yeah, that's what I would do. And 1142, put radial off of...
Gonna be the 136 radio.
Good. And then it's identified another way as well. When you get the second. Keep doing the 136 there, don't give up on that when you get a second.
39 X-ray flighting 030. Join the, actually flighting 030.
030 for 39 X-ray.
Good work. So you were putting in the 136?
Before contact Denver Center 133.905, good day.
There you go. And what's the other way that that gets identified? That the WAVD, to be more specific, gets identified? Okay. We identify WAVD, you need two, basically you need two clues to identify an intersection. Intersection being it intersects something. So we have 136, but that's just a line. We could be anywhere on the 136.
Just maintain 7,000.
Just maintain 7,000, 39 X-ray.
Okay, we could be anywhere on that 136. We want to be at the 17.5 nautical mile DME off of the 136 radial. Right. So we're going to have to set in basically a DME, which we don't have, so we'll have to use GPS. Correct, 2 is right there.
Skywa 64.
Now we want GLL. I found this hard, so sometimes I just twist it using the little ring. Okay. So if it's the 136 degree radial, and we know that we're going to do a 100-degree turn, plus or minus. Okay, the DME arc goes west, so which way are we going to turn? You're 100 to go on 7,000. So 236. Now, you're flying 030 real nicely.
On the 447 heavy.
I'd go ahead and bug 236, because we just figured that out. We don't want to have to do math twice. So no matter which way we're coming from, Not dependent on that. No matter which way we're coming from, no matter what heading we're doing when we get to WAVD, we turn to 236. Okay, good work. Now we can set up the localizer. So what's the localizer frequency?
110.3.
110.3. So we'll set that on the number 1. I hope it's windy.
You hope? Yeah, you said?
Southwest 2781, Denver approach radar contact, climb maintain, level 230. 447 heavy, I'm in your altitude, maintain 12,000, turn right heading 080. Turn right heading 080, I'm in your altitude.
And what's the approach course?
347.
AC6179, 8,000, climbing 10,000 cars.
AC6179, Denver approach radar contact, climb maintain, level 230.
So you said frequency, course, and what else?
Marker.
Okay, so set the marker on so we can hear it.
Not this one.
That puts it on high sensitivity. We want a high sensitivity and on right there, as opposed to low sensitivity.
Oh, okay.
So high sensitivity and the marker actually on.
Marker.
Okay, so set the marker on so we can hear it.
Not this one.
That puts it on high sensitivity. We want a high sensitivity and on right there, as opposed to low sensitivity.
Oh, okay.
So high sensitivity and the marker actually on. Okay, so we will have 8,900 feet to work with. Touchdown zone elevation is 4665. We're going to use the IDCI DME when on the localizer course.
Departure, 38 kilo.
It is the ILS or localizer runway 34. So do we need DME for the approach itself, for the actual ILS?
No.
No. It doesn't say it in the approach, and it doesn't say it in the notes. It says use the DME when we're on the localizer.
So if we're going to use localizer.
Yeah. We have no approach lights. You can see that next to the notes. There's no section where it has approach lights, so there's no chance of getting below the 200 feet.
AC6179, proceed direct Bryce.
You're always going to brief the missed approach, and we'll remind ourselves when we get closer, but for now it's a climb to 5,200 feet, then a climbing right turn up to 7,000 feet, direct to Gill VOR again, where we're going to do a hold. Continue the climb and the hold to 7,000 if we're not already there. AWAS 135-175, so if you could put that in the number 2 radio so we can listen to that before we get to the approach and let them know that we have the weather.
398 X-ray, you can proceed as requested and advise wells inbound.
Right, we'll proceed as directed to WAVD and advise inbound 39er X-ray.
To remind ourselves, we are turning to the left. What heading?
To 236.
Okay, we're going to follow this. Okay, so this is set on the 136. Now, if we turn 10, we need to twist our first 10 when we hit WAVD as well. So you're going to go from 136 to what?
Remember 146.
Yeah, we're going west, so the numbers are getting bigger. So it's going to be 146. I'll fly the 146. Now you see this LR, lead radial 170 right there? Yeah, that means that's your last radial. The last one we fly to is 170, and then we switch over to the localizer here, which we've done a very nice job of setting up already, but we'll finish the brief. This all happens at 7,000. Once we get the localizer, we'll drop down to 6,600. Then we can follow the glide slope all the way down once we intercept it to 4,865 and 3/4 mile visibility. From the 5 approach fix to misapproach point at 90 knots, it'll take 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Data 1317.
Okay, 135.175 was the weather. Unicom is 122.8, so why don't you get that ready as well. Okay, I'll flip her over so we can flip to it when we're inbound. Good. 7,000 feet plus minus serial if you can. Hey, there's WAVD. It's coming in centered. Why don't you give me a turn to 235? Nice standard rate, nothing crazy. 7,000 feet plus minus zero. Heading and altitude. That's all IFR ever is. Remember, what goes up must come down, so try to lead those level offs.
Hello, Denver, Delta 672-230.
AC 6009, turn right heading 080 when able direct EON. Data
672, Roger.
Easy.
Affirmative, direct
Don't push and pull till you see a change. So you're just going up and down, up and down.
49, 15, 13, 13,000 is Alpha.
4915, fighting 130, back to final approach course.
Look at that, 17.5, and it's centered.
13,000,
So we're off by 17.4 now, we're off by 0.1. So that worked out pretty well for us.
Sliding 130.
1,000, 130 in that aperture.
On that turn.
Okay. And remember to set this. So we turned our 10 right there, now we twist our 10.
So we want to...
Yep. Because we're flying to the west, the needle should be to the west, so we have 146, we're going to fly to that. So we have to fly 236 knots on.
What's this, 310 with some other?
Easy, easy with the bank. See how your full deflection there, or your full standard rate? You half standard rate. Lead your level offs a bit more. It's all heading and altitude. This goes all back to day one where I was giving you headings and you were just doing turns, you know?
That's 672, I haven't had it.
You have a little more to think about, but in the end it's just headings.
320,
And look at that, it's holding 17.5 perfectly.
Return 040, join Scott's Plus transition, next year 320.
It's slowly coming in.
60, Clementine, followable 230, contact number center 133.
If you think about it, 17 and a half, the circumference of these is pretty large. What's that, 2 pi r? I like barely graduated high school, or is it pi r squared? That's a lot of miles.
Squared.
Yeah, it's a lot of miles. Okay, see how now we're on kind of the long side and flew through, we're at 17.6.
Yeah.
So wait till this comes centered. Got twist 10, 156.
Confirm full stop.
Turn 10. You got another couple seconds before it's centered.
Columbia, 1 Alpha Juliet, confirm full
What about
stop.
there? Why don't you twist 10? Other way. There you go, 156. Now you turn 10 to 256. 246 rather. And you can bug that.
4915 to maintain 9,000.
9,000 per
It looks like it's counting out a little bit, so why don't we do 250 instead of 246?
Speeds in the Bravo.
I'll bring it back.
Bravo ready.
But note how I picked the heading. I said 250, not just right till this came back.
Thank you.
Warrior 39er X-rays on the DME arc inbound to the ILS 34 Greeley.
39 X-ray, Roger. Cross your 10 miles from Weld, cross Weld at 7,000. Clears ILS runway 34 approach.
Clear for the ILS runway 34, we'll cross Welds above 7,000, 39er X-ray, and we'll report them in.
Lake Chair 320, contact number center 125, point honor.
Nice, so you're starting to bring it back by going in just a few extra degrees.
Half deflection here.
AC 60, 0,
Okay.
follow maintain, follow
high.
30.
You're doing good though.
AC 6009, contact number center 133, point 905. Lake Chair 320, Denver.
Really wish this light was working.
Delta 672, contact Denver Center 118.47.
Guys, are you still with us, dude?
Delta 672.
You still with us?
Oh yeah, I'm just listening.
Oh yeah. This is coming centered. Okay. And turn 10. Now 260. And you're holding your DME arc, your very first one. Farthest you've gone is 0.3 away. And you have a 1 mile PTS gap.
1 Alpha Juliet, front range at
That's really good.
November.
So you're doing good. Look at all the jets they have lined up going into DIA.
I was checking
Oh, that's
that
my
out.
favorite
Congo.
ever, dude.
Okay, look, yeah, it's cool. See the line?
Thank you, November 1
Yeah.
Alpha Juliet.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Power 120.2,
Okay.
good day.
So, remember what the lead radial is?
Is 170.
So we're getting close, right?
Right.
Maintain your heading for now.
4915,
Drifting a little.
150 over here, 4915.
So, looks like this is test a little bit. There you go. Sounded like you had a question there.
So soon, once this comes in, I'm just going to go to 17, right?
You're going to go to 170, which is about a 5-degree change, so you're going to turn 5.
Okay.
And then once you get 170, you're going to forget this guy, turn 10, and go onto the approach on your own.
Okay.
Once you get half deflection on this, that's positive course guidance. We can descend down to our glide slope and intercept at 6600. Very good. Until we get the glide slope.
Southwest 4571, turn right, heading 080.
You're 0.1 off. You're doing really nice. There's 170. You're going to turn 5. Nice job there. See how easy it can be to forget? See it like half deflected, go through it, and then you see it half deflected on the other side, and you don't really realize that it's going all the way to the other side. You just see half deflection.
And that little bit of time is a lot.
That's what kills people. So, I mean, as long as you keep this a mainstay of your scan, it's really easy. You say, oh, it's retarded. How does anybody do that? Well, it's kind of hard.
Okay, so now it's coming in.
It's centered right there. You turn 10. There you go. Try to bug that heading. Or at least bug your next heading of the approach course. 347. So right now you're on a 50-degree intercept with the approach. And we're just going to hold this until we get that localizer, at which point we'll turn right 347. Now would be a good time to start inching back that manifold pressure to cool the engine.
Gotcha.
Things like that. Just the manifold, yeah. Maintain 7,000 plus minus 6. It's just as hard to maintain 7,000 as it is to maintain 50 below. It's difficult. Keep moving your eyes up here.
Right.
Because when this comes in, it's going to come in fast. It's 4 times as sensitive as a VOR. Maintain the heading that you had because you drifted to the right a little bit.
Yep.
So usually I like to bug that heading. I was just having you bug the heading that we'll go to next because sometimes that's a little easier. But
right. I had it in my head. It's 300, so I can get back to it.
Okay, 300, that'll work.
Southwest 4571, contact them or center 133.905.
So we've got half deflection.
So live, turn in. That's your first thing, intercept it.
Maintain 8,000 for sure.
Very first thing. You don't want to fly through it and go full deflection on the other one because then you're lost. Okay, now you can start that descent. Doesn't have to be much. So you should be eager to get down because if you get out of the clouds like right now, just by descending 6600, sweet, you know? Like a kid in a candy store every time you get to descend. Give it a little bit less. Now remember what I said about being stabilized, established, and configured before the final approach fix?
Right.
That doesn't go away even though we're busy. Each leg brings a new challenge. So, as we're coming up on the final approach fix, we're going to try and slow it down enough.
Advisory 39er X-ray, advise miss.
Greeley traffic, Warrior 39er X-ray is about 10 to the south on Prax ILS runway 34. We're going to miss the threshold to the northeast, Greeley. So, we need to start setting up once we level off here at 6600. Leave your level offs. If you're descending at 500 feet a minute, how much should you leave your level off by? Leave your level off by? About 50 feet, right? A tenth of whatever it is. So if we're descending at 500 feet a minute, level off 50 feet before, or begin your level off. If it's 1,000 feet a minute, do it 100 feet before, so on and so forth.
Right.
Okay, so now we're getting slow. We're in the wide arc. Why don't we bring some flaps in? Flaps to 10. And we can go gas on our fullest tank. Undercarriage is down. Mixture is set for the go around. Prop will start milking full forward. Remember, what goes up has to come down. Lead those level offs. Looking for heading and altitude right now. So we ended at mixture prop. Why don't you put the prop full forward nice and slowly? Good. Seatbelts. And all the switches are on. So now we're just 6,600 feet. Try and maintain that, plus minus 0. So we see the the glide slope come in.
Okay.
Remember, all those level offs, you go kind of back to cruise power, right?
Okay.
That's a common problem. Imagine you're covered in ice, and you just level off by raising the nose. Feel the angle of attack. I know you can't see the nose, but it's about a lot more than that. Yeah, you cross final approach fix, think jazz hands, all 5 fingers. Turn, time, twist, throttle, talk. Most important being time. And now you're just looking for that glide slope. Really nice job with the localizer so far.
Gonna get all sensitive on me.
They'll do that. Try not to climb up into the glide slope. 6,600 feet. Just heading an altitude. I think your trim is okay, so it doesn't look like you're holding much pressure. Just get your scan moving there quicker. Usually it's not a trim problem, it's a scan problem. See your glide slope? Yep. Okay, so your glide slope's alive. Why don't you set 2,000 RPM? Pull forward. So get it out of governing range, about 2,000, 2,100, whatever the case may be. Half deflection. Nice. Easy with the bank. Nice job. Okay, so we're following that glide slope. Just look at your vertical speed right there. That's not it. Okay, so maybe you need a little more RPM. Maybe you need the nose higher. But it's just heading in altitude again. A little bit of RPM, maybe raise the nose, try and get that back. And then half standard rate, go 1.5, 2, level the wings. Right. You're not trying to bring the needle back, you're trying to stop its movement. Okay, leave the power where it was, that was doing pretty good. So you set, maybe rather than RPM, let's do inches. So we'll set 14 inches and the carpet on. We'll see how that does. Just going to try and configure it so that it takes care of its own vertical speed. You're a little bit low, that's the dangerous side to be on. Maybe we'll try 15 inches. Okay, nice. Don't turn anymore. Find a heading that centers this. Here's a trick, they're not going to take the GPS away from you on approaches like this when you're not using the GPS. You have a track indicator right there. Okay, the approach course is 347. If your track is 347, well, guess who's in luck?
Wow, yeah.
Okay, nice job. So that right there, level your wings, that's home base. That seems to center it right there.
Right.
Always go back to that. Okay, now we have it centered pretty nicely. Try to go ahead and get that glide slope back, which you are slowly. Nice 200 foot per minute descent. About 500 feet per minute is going to be our home base as far as the vertical component of this. Okay, so you have it back, you can kind of start letting it back down. Okay, a lot's been going on. This was your problem before. Don't forget how low we're going. Don't just follow the glide slope into the pile of dirt. You're going down to a target altitude. Remember what that was?
48?
4865.
Okay.
So you can call it 4900 if you want a nice round number. And 3/4 mile visibility. And when you hit minimums, so 4900, you can go ahead and look up, see how you did.
Okay.
Always remember home. Doesn't look like that did it. Nice job taking little chips out of it. Easy. Yeah, now it's moving back in. Try to stop it, don't try to bring it back in.
Right.
Because now you're having to go back the other way. Nice job. Watch that glide slope though. both are very sensitive, so don't completely level off. Okay, good work.
Okay, I'm just about to...
Nice work.
Alright, so then we push.
Hey, we don't see it. Oh shit, Sherlock, time to get out.
Power. Pitch.
Give the governor a fighting chance on that.
Sorry.
So you push up, pitch up. Now we have to do a little housekeeping, clean up. Go Consuela on me. Aww. So keep pitching up. Get that car beat. And then speak up. So we'll go back on with departure or approach. Over there on COM 1.
Denver approach. Warrior 3939 X-ray going missed out of Greeley.
They probably can't hear us again. Okay, there's 5,100 feet. Going to 5,200, now where?
Okay. 5,200, we're going to go over to Gill.
Ooh, not a good time to look down. You got it pretty quick, but let's make that over to Gill part happen. And keep climbing like a homesick angel. Trees are flying by.